Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bureau Keynotes. Glad to have each and every one of you on. I'm excited for our keynote speaker for today, for this evening. So, to hear from her. So, I'm going to introduce her and get out of the way. Renee Linsom is an author, writer, blogger, and caregiver. She hosts a show on Mexiverse called Crazy Weird News. With her writing business, she creates legacies with the written word. Renee has co authored the book My Pain Was for Purpose, as well as the book 31 Praying Proverbs Women. Renee says, everything that has happened has brought me closer to my purpose. Please welcome Renee Linsom with her message, Trusting the Process.
Beings, trust the process, embrace the journey. So, what does that even mean? Trust the process, embrace the journey. Let's go back in time a little bit. Let me paint a picture for you. When I was a little girl, before I had all this curly fro, I wanted a relaxer. And the relaxer that I chose, that I wanted was just for me. Now, you guys may not know, and I may be aging myself just a little bit, but when we got the Just For Me, it had a tape in it to show you how to put it in, and it even had a song, and I remembered it. Just for me, JUSTFORME. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna give me a relaxer. I'm excited, but I wanted my hair to look just like the little girl's hair. And I was like, hey, I'm 7 years old. It's going to look like that, right? The anticipation was rising. My mom put the relaxer in. She washed me. She dried me. But then I got quickly saddened when my hair didn't look anything like the box. And I was like, I don't have a ponytail. I don't have any barrettes in my hair. I was like, what is this? And my mom said to me, Renee, your hair isn't going to come out magically just like the box. And I was like, what? What is this? Have you ever trusted the process of something so deeply only to find that the outcome didn't match your expectations? Boy, oh boy. So I want to talk to you guys about a simple yet powerful mantra, trusting the process. We all encounter challenges, uncertainties, and setbacks that make us question the path that we are on. Woo! Well, what if I told you that by embracing this journey, rather than trying to control it, you'll actually achieve greater fulfillment and success? So, I have got three key principles to help you to trust the process and embrace your journey. Number one, stop trying to control everything. Life is not the Janet Jackson album. Control. Sorry, I could be aging myself with that too, but hey, control. It's wonderful. It is wonderful that you know what your purpose is. Oh my goodness. Let's give a round of applause for you. That is wonderful. However, stop trying to control everything. How many of you can relate to wanting to control every detail, just like I was trying to control my hair that day that I got a relaxer? Please feel free to put it in the comments. I was like, man, that was me, because I was surely trying to. I wanted my hair to come out with the barrettes and everything. Oh my gosh, boy, was I upset. But the more, it's almost like we're going to talk a little bit about the law of attraction. But the more that we grasp or control, the more elusive it becomes. It's kind of like one of my favorite football players. You think you got him to the left, but then he goes to the right, and boy, it becomes even more elusive. But it's almost like this, like we're trying to capture the wind in our hands. And guess what? We can't fit the wind in our hands. For as tight as our hands are, there still is a hole something can still seep through. Life does not follow our script. And as much as I love writing, boy, life does not always it does not follow our script, nor does it always dance to our tune. A lot of times we have to adjust our dance to no matter what the music is playing. Think about that. So you may say, Renee, what is this law of attraction? I don't know what that is. Okay, I'm glad you asked me. So let's talk a little bit about that. Like attracts like. And this is a powerful concept, but it does not work when it is fueled by desperation or control. It thrives when we align our thoughts, our emotions, and our actions with our goals. But we leave some room for the universe to work its magic. Notice I said that. We leave room for the universe to work its magic. But if we are trying to control every aspect, oh my gosh, we often emit vibrations of anxiety and fear, which, guess what, are going to continue to show up for you. So if you put into the universe like, yep, everything, I got to have everything just like this, then yeah, it could be because of a fear, and more fear is going to show up for you. Number 2, everything is perfect. I will be the first one to tell you guys, I did not always believe that. I thought it was just some punk saying. I did. I thought it at first. I was like, who says that everything is perfect? It's not perfect. But actually, life is perfect in its own way. Yeah, I know. I did steal this from Antonio, but if you guys don't tell him, I won't tell. You know what I'm saying? If we can keep this between us, I think that will work, right? Thank you. This process is going to help you to learn about yourself and to see what you're manifesting. So here's another story, you guys. We were given an assignment when I was in 7th grade, and we had to do a timeline. And so I came home with this little piece of paper that my teacher said, yep, I want you guys to write your timeline on this. And my mom looked at this paper and she said, well, Renee, if you're going to do this assignment, you might as well, let's go all out. So we went to Pat Catan's craft store and bought a huge poster board. And I was like, okay. And I wrote down, of course, what I knew from that point. So I'm aging myself again. This is 1998. So I wrote down the date, the day that I was born. I wrote down, that I graduated from elementary school. But then I put down a whole bunch of things that I wanted to achieve. I said, yep, I'm going to go to Firestone High School. I'm going to go to post-secondary. And then by this time, I'm going to complete 2 years of college. By the time I graduate from high school, I had all these goals that I said, yep, this is what's going to happen. Those things actually did not happen. I ended up not going to Firestone because I didn't get in. I ended up going to Ellet High School, and I didn't do post-secondary. I ended up just going to college. But as a teenager, I believed that my life had to be a certain way. But every time that I thought that I was losing, I wasn't. I thought that my success was going where my friends were going. All my friends was going to Firestone. So I was like, hey, I got to roll too. I want to go too. But it was my path to go to Ellet High School and be an Elletian. That was the name, Elletian. That was my purpose. I thought that it was important for me to check all my boxes, but I was missing out on the beauty of my journey. It was for me to go to Ellet because I ended up meeting my best friend Cherish. We're still best friends to this day. I ended up finding out that I love working with kids because I worked with kids at my high school. And that has led me right here because I love working with kids. Not necessarily in education, but still love working with kids. Number 3, the microwave mindset. Woo. Our lives are not a microwave. I used to be like the little girl from Willy Wonka. If you guys remember her, whew, gosh, I want it now. And I would be like, Jesus, Lord, have mercy. Her whining and crying and complaining, it used to get on my nerves. But funny enough, I guess that was me as a little girl. I was like, I want it now. But we all know what happened to her. And I don't think I was upset at all when she went down the chute with the bad eggs. I don't think I was upset at all by that part because, you know she was a bad egg walking around with furs and stuff at 7 years old. Who does that, honestly? But I realized as I've gotten older, when something comes with a microwave mindset, I'm likely to repeat it because I missed what I'm supposed to learn. Life, I believe, is more like a crock pot. It's not something that you can go, boop, I'm just going to put this in for 10 minutes. All right. Yep, I should be there. Yeah, I'm 10 minutes. I'm good to go. That's not what life is. Life, I think, is more like a crock pot. Let me know if you guys agree with that. If you think that life is more like a crock pot, or would you think that it is more of a microwave? Let me know in the comments, you guys. So when we cannot force it. We have to go along for the journey. When we focus solely on rapid results, we miss the critical part, the growth that happens behind the scenes. The growth. Woo. Just like a crock pot, the flavors build and intensify over time. Kind of like when you have that like a wonderful soup, and you like, woo, and you put in all the chicken and the broccoli and the celery, everything in there, and it's like, woo. You get that second day, like, oh, it's even better today than it was yesterday because everything has merged. Everything's getting tighter. Everything's getting better. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit. So I have been for the past almost year, I have been on a weight releasing journey. And so it would be completely ridiculous of me to say, yeah, I want to release weight, but I want to release 100 pounds in just 2 days. Thanks, Mega Shake. That's not what it's about. I have found that in myself that I'm like, okay, a 20-minute workout would take me forever. It seemed like it would take me an eternity, and I would be gasping for breath, and I would be thinking, Lord, I felt like Mr. Sanford off of Sanford and Son. It's the big one. I'm coming home, Mama. I'm coming home. I'm not gonna make it. But every single workout I did, it got better. And my endurance started to accelerate. And then I still was sweat, but then I was like, okay, all right. The process, embracing the journey. And I'm seeing myself in a different way because I'm like, okay, instead of I'm enjoying my progress, instead of being on the diet plan that I was on, instead of slim fast, I was on slim slow. So I'm enjoying where I'm at. I'm enjoying, not to say that I've released all the way that I want to release, but I'm not trying to put into a microwave and say, well, this is it. All right, I should be there I should be there in 2 months. No, I need to enjoy. I'm enjoying my baggy jeans. I'm enjoying looking like MC Hammer. I'm enjoying that. So trust the process, embrace the journey. So, the microwave mindset fixates on the destination, but life is about the journey as much as it is about the end goal. Mr. Phil has always told us it's a journey, not a sprint. The experiences, relationships, and personal growth that occur along the way are more valuable than the destination itself. What do you learn? What can you give to somebody else that is going through the exact same thing? But if you go, yeah, I'm there, then how are you supposed to be able to pass that on to somebody else? A lot of times we go through things not just for ourselves, but for somebody else. Somebody else may not know the light until they see Grace, who is the light. They may not ever know what it is until they look at her, until they look at you. So, appreciating the process, just as a slow cooked meal allows us to savor the flavors, embracing life as a crockpot experience allows us to appreciate the process. Finding joy in small moments, celebrating your progress, kind of like what I said about me releasing my weight. I'm like, whoo, celebrating my progress and being present in each and every step, being present. So, all right. The most beautiful masterpieces are created over time, not in an instant. Oh, wait, can you imagine that? Our lives are like a painting. We can't force the painting. We just have to continue to acknowledge each and every splotch of color that comes into it. Think about that. So you may be saying, okay, Renee, you told me those three things to no microwave mindset. Everything's perfect. Stop trying to control. I'm gonna stop being Janet Jackson. But I don't know how am I supposed to apply this to my life. What am I supposed to do with that? All right. I'm so glad you asked me once again. Here are some actionable tips and strategies to help you to trust the process and embrace your journey. 1, practice mindfulness. Set aside a few minutes each day to focus on your breath. Like I said before, being present in the moment and let go of the need for immediate results. Practice mindfulness. Start with 5 to 10 minutes of meditation each day. I will be one to tell you that it works because it helps you to continue to be present and to be like, okay, all right. Because sometimes we make things even bigger than they are. And if we continue to be present and say, okay, focus on our breath, that's how we can continue to practice mindfulness. Number 2, set your clear intentions. When you know where you want to go, it's easier to trust the process that will lead you there. Define your goals and visualize your desired outcomes. Now remember, I said when you know where you want to go, it is so crucial that you know where you wanting to go. Because if you don't, you can find yourself living somebody else's life if you don't know where you want to go. So I would like for everyone to live their own lives. Don't try to live mine. Don't try to live anyone else's but yours. There's only one of you. Write down your goals and your objectives. Be specific. Here's one. For me, one goal that I have is to buy my grandparents' land in Cleveland, Ohio, and to have a house in the hometown of Akron, Ohio. Excuse me. I have to remember that. So if those are my goals and my objectives, then okay, all right, I know that's my step. That's what I'm wanting to do. I'm not going to fall into what somebody says, Renee, you should do this. No, this is what I said Renee's going to do. So I have my goals and I have my intentions to follow through with them. All right. Review your intentions regularly to keep them fresh in your mind. Number 3, create a vision board. Woo! And this is awesome. For me, as a visual mind, whew, when you create a vision board, this is something that represents your goals and your dreams. And it serves as a daily reminder of what they are working towards and to help you to trust the process. Boy, gather images, quotes, and symbols that represent your goals and assemble them on a vision board and place it somewhere that you are going to see daily. Watch those things happen because you're like, okay, all right, this is what I'm going to do. And this goes right along with setting your clear intentions, like we talked about. Practice patience. And practice your patience. Trust takes time to develop, but I want to encourage you to practice patience by letting go of the need of immediate results. No more trying to lose 100 pounds in just 2 days with Mega Shake. Okay? Don't try to do it. Focus on the journey. Now, if you feel that you are feeling impatient, take a deep breath and remind yourself that great things take time. And it also goes along with practicing mindfulness. So that's where that meditation can come into place. That 5 to 10 minute meditation you do. That's right. Releasing control, releasing that. You can journal. This is something I love to do. You can journal about what you can and cannot control, then choose to release control over the latter. In your journal, you can have a control versus a let go journal. List what you can control and list what you can release. Challenge yourself to release control over one thing each week. Embrace your challenges. Woo! These moments are opportunities for growth rather than roadblocks. If I would have thought that my life was all about, I wanted to go to Firestone, if I was like, man, I didn't get in there, it's a roadblock, I'm never going to get into any place. No, it was just a detour to detour me where I needed to be. So change your perspectives, see challenges as opportunities. All right. So we talked about, the tips that we talked about were practicing mindfulness, setting your clear intentions, creating a vision board, practicing patience, releasing control, and embracing your challenges. So, all right. Here is a exercise I would like for all of you to do before we conclude today. I want to leave you with an exercise to help you to trust the process in your everyday life. Now, this is called the 4-7-8 breathing technique. Now, I'm going to put in my meditation voice. I want everyone to find a comfortable seating position with your feet flat. Rest your hands gently on your lap. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Take a moment to center yourself. All right, now we are going to take a deep, slow breath through your nose for 4 seconds. Inhale quietly and evenly. Then hold your breath for 7 seconds. Focus your mind on trusting the process. Let go of any tension or doubt. Now exhale slowly and completely through your mouth. Release any worries, fears, or control that you may be holding on to. Just let it all go. All right. Now you guys can open your eyes. This breathing exercise, this is called, like I said, this is called the 4-7-8 breathing technique. So this can remind us to trust the process of life, let go of unnecessary control, and to embrace your journey. You can use this technique anytime that you are feeling stressed or overwhelmed. It takes a few moments, but you can notice a difference of how you feel and how you are approaching your life's challenges. So now we talked about our action steps, but remember, we said that we're going to stop controlling everything. We are also going to remember that everything is perfect and also no microwave mindset. Oh my goodness, this is really going to help us. So, trusting the process is important. When we do this, not only are we shining our light, but we are manifesting greatness. Now that you have these action steps to use in your everyday life, will you use them or simply ignore the true beauty of life? The choice is yours. Thanks. Thank you.
All right. Does anyone have any questions for Queen Renee?
What was so special about Firestone? Was it like a technical school, or what was so special about it?
I wanted to go to Firestone because they were known for their choir. Their choirs were really awesome. They even had a show choir at the time that they went to New York City and got on the Today Show. So they were a big deal. They were a big deal. And I like to sing. So and I was in the choir at the parent school. It was the middle school, Litchfield. So everyone that went to Litchfield went to Firestone. So I wanted that choir. I wanted that choir.
All right. All right. Anyone else with a question?
Renee, do you sing now?
I do. I do. Just for fun though.
Okay. But no choirs or
No, we don't have one at our church, but I can't shut up around the house. I can't. Yeah. I still sing though. It's in me.
All right.